Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another Team Doctor Tuesday, and as you can see, today was the day that Stage 3 of the Team Affinities got released. Now, there was definitely a shocker to a lot of us when we found out that they are actually sellable. So, there's a lot for us to talk about. I think the first thing that I would like to talk about is I want to take a look at some of the cards that I think are the best from this stage 3. Now, I think that by far, the National League has much better cards this time around. I think that in the American League, there are realistically two cards that you really want to push hard for. That would be the Blue Jays and the Twins. And as you can see below, we'll take a look at these guys really quickly right now. So we'll start off with the Blue Jays. We got Tom Henke. Great stats right here. Now, not the best pitch selection, in my opinion. He's got the good four seam. The forkball is going to die. The slider, good east and west pitch. However, I really think that with a lack of sinker or something that goes the other way, he may struggle a little bit if you can't locate. If you are able to locate with him, I really do think that he's going to be a really strong card. As you can see, he is a 97 overall. Right now, he's going for about 56,000, 64 by now. Not bad, not bad. He does not have outlier. He does have cheesy. Pretty good. Like I said, a really good card. I think that the pitch selection is the only downside, but realistically, a 97 closer. Now we have Dibble, the new Chapman, the new Mariano Rivera. There's a lot of great cards at this point. Raleigh Fingers. We're starting to get into some potentially endgame cards for your bullpen. Now, last year, as we know, there were only about 2 or 3 97-ish and above lefties. Obviously, Henke is a right-handed pitcher, but this is starting to progress towards the higher 99 and 98 relievers for the right-handers. So a really good card, and I think that this is one of the absolute best cards to go for with the current team affinities. And the other one that I really want to recommend is Harmon Killebrew. Now, not only is Harmon Killebrew an absolute destroyer of both righty and left-handed pitching power-wise, but he also has really high contact and really good vision. As you guys know, or if you don't know, now you will, you can actually prestige all 30 of the Stage 3 Team Affinity cards. So when you prestige this Harmon Killebrew, you actually max out the power. This is going to be the best bench bat and probably one of the best BR cards in the game. Obviously, defense been a struggle this year for sure. But we'll see what's gonna happen. Maybe you prestige him. Maybe the defense gets a little bit better. Maybe you can put him at first base or third base. But realistically, this is going to be an end game bench bat for the rest of the game. Seriously, 125 power, great vision. This is one of the best cards that you can go for. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the other cards here again. And I want to talk to you guys about the National League. Like I said, the American League, I really think there are two cards to really push for. Obviously, all of the cards, are pretty good, especially at this stage in the game. But let's just take a look at some of these National League cards. We have John Smoltz, we have Mike Schmidt, Andre Dawson, Kerry Wood, Eric Davis, Orel Hershiser, Tony Gwynn. These cards are great. And again, you can prestige all of these cards. So the ones that start out as 99 already, we can go ahead and prestige them. So if I were to recommend 3 National League cards, I think it's much harder. I think that the number 1 card I would recommend is this Eric Davis. Let's go ahead and actually take a look at him now. This card, again, this is before the prestige. This card is absolutely disgusting. Really good power, pretty decent contact, amazing speed, amazing arm, amazing fielding. And again, all of these cards can be prestige. So what you're seeing now, you know, that 65 vision, give it a little boost after the prestige. Still not the best, but, you know, this card honestly reminds me of the first Team Affinity, the Byron Buxton, except this card has a lot more power. I really think that this is going to be the card that's the glitchiest, and everyone says is the, you know, the best one. Obviously, we'll see, but I really am excited to see what this Eric Davis can do. And I know if we take a look here, I know I don't have a lot of the Team Affinities done, but my sleep schedule is back on track. I've been grinding out a division a day for the first Team Affinity stage. I finished the National League Central 100% yesterday. I started on the National League East today. They actually released everything early. I was able to flip cards. If you see right here, I have 110,000. I actually bought Trout and have, you know, a lot of good cards still that I'm able to afford. Prices are dropping right now, so, you know, I got a little distracted by that, but hopefully I can get all the stage 1s done within the next week and a half. Once I get to the stage 2s, I think I'm going to use all of the moments to do those. Do, you know, 12 points. If you don't know, they have moments for each one now. You can get 12 Team Affinity points for doing those, but if you're in my stage, you know, my position, don't worry, right? We're looking at these cards that are great, that you're going to be able to work towards. Now, I know we got off on a little bit of a tangent there, but let's go ahead and take a look at some of these other really good cards. So, a 99 overall starting pitcher here in John Smoltz. 4-seam, slider, splitter, changeup, and curve. Really good pitch selection. Really good per 9 stats. 117 stamina, 98 hit per 9, 103 K per 9. Pretty decent walks per 9 as well. Obviously, walks per 9 and control affect somebody's control. He's got really good stats here. And again, I'm going to keep saying it over and over again. You can prestige every single one of these cards. So all these stats are just going to get a little bit better once you prestige it. It really makes you wonder what the 240 final Team Affinity stage is going to be. 2 more in the National League East here. That is Mike Schmidt. I mean, what is there to say about this card? It can pretty much do everything you need, except it can't steal bases. And again, when you prestige it, it's going to give that +3, I believe, to every single stat. Get 65 speed, 84 vision, max power against lefties. Somebody in my chat today said that he doesn't have a good swing against righties. I disagree. You know, he'll hit right-handers hard. Obviously not as good as he hits lefties, but I really think that this card looks good. Great fielding, great arm. Can play first base as well in case you want to move him there. But again, I really don't think you need to, you know, worry about his defense no matter where you put him. The card that I'm personally most excited for right here, Andre Dawson. Andre Dawson absolutely crushed the ball for me last year. He was only replaced by the Vlad card that we got for completing the players, whatever that was. I forgot what it was called. But great speed, great defense, 97 arm in center field. I'm so glad that he's a center fielder this year. Great power, vision. The vision is huge. I know that vision isn't as important as it was last year, but still, very, very, very good card. Great discipline as well. I know that's not too important, but for some of you guys that are maybe going to be playing in the ESL, stats like discipline, stats like clutch actually do come into a little bit of play. All right. Now, this is a card that most people were excited about, Mr. Orel Hershiser. Scan had a really funny tweet, like, oh, that was the best picture they had. And then he was like, okay, yeah, that's what he looks like in all of his pictures. But look at this pitch selection. Sinker, cutter, 73-mile-an-hour curveball, a 77-mile-an-hour changeup, and an 82-mile-an-hour slider. He's got stuff that goes like this, stuff that goes like this, stuff that goes really like that. The curveball, he's got the Bugs Bunny curveball. Really good per 9 stats. I really think that this potentially could be the best pitcher that comes out of it. Pretty decent quirks, obviously no outlier, but again, you prestige this card, man, this is going to look really, really good. One or two more cards to take a look at here. This Tony Gwynn Jr. card, I know a lot of people, Tony Gwynn card. I know a lot of people liked him last year. He looks just as glitchy as he did last year. Again, not the most power, not what he's known for. Great speed, great fielding. You know, pretty much everything you could ask for in a leadoff hitter here. Only downside is that he's not a switch hitter, but let's be honest. He's going to get on base with a little, tiny little line drive that just goes over your second baseman or just goes over your shortstop anyway. There are some other good cards. We'll take a look at this again real quick. There are some other good cards. Juan Marichal, decent starting pitcher. I think this Kerry Wood has the potential of being a good card as well. He's got great pitch selection here. We'll go ahead and show these stats. 4-seam slurve, 12-6 curve, cutter, changeup. Pretty decent per 9 stats. I don't think he's good as some of the other guys, but I really think that there are some other good cards here as well. And let's be honest, every time I make one of these videos, every time people make their predictions, we play with them for a month, and then it turns out that, this player is actually the best hitter out of everything, and they had like the worst stats. I really am excited for this, especially since you can prestige. I think that the Lou Brock could be a good card. I think that the Salmon, Mr. Salmon, having him and Trout in the outfield would be pretty funny. But I'm really excited to get my hands on as many of these cards as possible. And even if I don't keep them, I think that the fact that you're able to sell them really benefits people that like to grind. If you're having trouble pushing over that edge and getting the collections done, if you're able to get a couple of these in the next week and maybe sell them, I really think the prices are going to drop. But if you're able to sell them, I think you're in a good position. We're not going to go ahead and take a look at anybody's team today. I will update you guys on my team. I just wanted to put this video out and get you guys some of the information. As you guys know, I have a Google Doc that shows all of the Face of the Franchise cards, all of the Future Stars cards. I will update it to the newest Face of the Franchise cards very, very soon. I just have not been able to do that yet, but hopefully within the next day or two, that will be updated. I will leave that in the link in the description. But as you can see by my team, we have Jackie in left, Jacoby in center, Belly in right. Don't want to waste that arm. Eddie Murray, personal glitch for me at first. Roberts at second. Chipper at short. I know, not the best. Sandberg at third. And Buster catching. I'm working on prestiging Joe Torre, Carlos Correa, Didi, and pretty much everyone else with this new event. And hopefully I can, grind the event, grind some of the team affinities. We'll see what's going to happen. I'm starting to apply for some more jobs. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really appreciate you guys watching. I know this was a little bit of a different video than we normally do. I know that not as much editing is going into this one, but I figured take it in one, we'll do a one take episode, see how that goes. Next week or the week after, I definitely will take a look at your team. So please send me your teams. I'd be more than happy to check it out. My PSN is Strikeout1066. Hopefully I can see you guys in the next video or on Twitch, twitch.tv/Strikeout1066. I really appreciate you guys watching, and as always, have a great day.